In this video, I helped my nephew install a dishwasher in his home. So, pretty straightforward. Get a dishwasher, unpack it, remove your old dishwasher that's leaking or busted, slide this one in place, hook it up, test it, and it's, kind of straightforward. So, not many tools required, but you'll see the tool list on the new dishwasher and any other tools you need to get the old dishwasher out. So, hope this helps. Have a great day. Got a dishwasher leaking in 3 places. We got a Black Friday special. You could pick it up and carry it out the door. That was the special. We're going to swap this thing out. Step 1, find and turn off the breaker. How you know it say dishwasher?
Yep.
Nice.
Outlets, laundry, bedrooms, dryer, range, heat, water, you got air conditioner, dishwasher.
All right, dishwasher. That's what you need. So you want to come under the sink and disconnect the drain, which is right there. I just got finished tightening that drain, but I got to disconnect it. Also, it's got a water line that you disconnect, but we might disconnect that behind the dishwasher. So let me see if this pulls out a little bit before I disconnect it. If not, we'll just disconnect it here. So on the dishwasher, it's usually easy because most of them only have 2 screws that mounts them. 1 screw there, 1 screw there, and then you lift it up a little bit and you screw the legs in. You can see this leg here is bent, so they may not screw in. But you screw those in and pull it out. Should pull out, but like I said, if we need to disconnect this water line, we will. Definitely need to close it off. That comes off of the hot water. So we disconnected the power and we closed off the hot water. Should not have water or power to it. So after making sure the electricity is off and the water supply is off, you unscrew the dishwasher from the bottom of the cabinet. You may have to raise it up a little bit, try to screw those legs in, and then you slowly pull that dishwasher out from the cabinet area until you have it out far enough that you can disconnect the electrical, disconnect the water supply, and disconnect that drain hose. Once you get that done, you unpack your new dishwasher, you locate those 3 connections, electrical connections, drain connection, and water supply connections, and you put your new dishwasher in place, slide it in far enough, or as enough as you need to connect those 3 connections, and you proceed from there. I just turned it. I had it all the way off. You just turned it the other way. So we had to put this brass junction on. It had kind of like a garden hose screw on with a gasket in it. This line that was already here had a gasket in it, and that just screwed right on there. So we should not have any water leaks from there. Not too much. You want to snug that one, and this one is really hand tight. I snugged it just a little bit, but you don't want to damage the plastic on that. So we got the water on, and it is not leaking. No drips are coming out. So now we're going to hook up the electrical, hook up the drain, and then run it through a cycle while it's out here on the floor. We put that side together. Here's the power for this side. It probably could be stowed in this little box here, but there is a little green. That's where your neutral normally screws onto. So yeah, we want to screw that onto there. Here are the other wires. The green one is that goes on that neutral. Or you could tie them together. Maybe that green one is already screwed to that neutral. Let me follow it around with my hand. This green wire. Yeah, this green wire is screwed to this chassis, so we could tie all 3 of these with that and be good to go. You want to screw these 3 wires together. The green with the bare metal one, the black with the black, the white with the white. You put the tips together, you put them in that wire holder there, and you just screw it in by hand. Just push it in there and then start screwing it. And push it while you screw it. And it'll spin them and make sure they're in there secure. Screw them until it stops. If you screw too hard, they could come out the backside. You don't want to do that. So it kind of stopped there. Pull both wires. You see neither one of them come out, you're good to go. Do that to all 3 wires. And then you want to tuck them under there where the box is. And this goes in there. It'll hook in there. All these electrical connectors go in there like that. And you put a screw in that side just to secure them so that nobody knocks them loose while they're walking around or bumping around the dishwasher. We had 2 of these, didn't have 3, so we took the one with that green wire and we screwed all 3 of them on that screw. That'll work. Now we're gonna kind of bend these wires in so that they're inside that area. And then we're gonna hook this box over it so that the box protects the wires from people bumping into them or whatnot. So the box has this tab. This tab will go in there and hook on a piece of metal, and then this side of the box will screw up there in this screw hole right there. So let me maneuver this in here and put this in place. All right, I got this side of the box hooked into that slot. I had to use a long screwdriver to guide it in. It kind of bent, I guess, towards me. Then I got the screw in it right there on this side. So this box that protects the wires are secure. So next thing we're gonna do, go in here and hook up the drain hose, this hose, with a worm clamp to that nipple right there. And then we'll test the dishwasher. All right, so you want to have that hose take a bend up like that. Probably even put a hook up there to hold it up there. Come down in here. Then we pulled that hose as far as we could down on that nipple. And we tightened the worm clamp on there so that should not leak. So you already turned this valve on, Derek? This the valve you turned on?
Yep.
All right. He's going to go throw the breaker, and we're going to test it before we push it the rest of the way in. Make sure we don't have any leaks, make sure it works, and move on. These things are massaged into that hole, and you screw these under the cabinet. So we're going to do that. Make sure you don't have anything in here that'll stop it from functioning properly. You don't have to put soap in it the first time if you don't want to. Yeah, everything looks good. Do. Remove protective film before use. It is on. You want to make sure the feet are solid on both sides. Then we're going to hit start. It's okay. So first thing it tries to do is drain, and then it fills up. Should be filling up with water. You want to make sure you don't have no water leak at your connection there, and it looks perfect and dry. So we're good to go. This is a basic one, so you don't have all these different controls on there. You can put on 1 hour timer if you want. Heavy, dry, bulb, cycle controls. And it is filling up with water. So once it starts agitating and washing the dishes, we'll open the door and make sure that there's water in there and it falls down into the dishwasher. And then let it run to at least one rinse cycle. Do. And after it drains, we'll secure it and let it finish running through the cycle.
Really simple. You just have to start. That's it.
All right. We're going to unlock it. All the water should fall to the bottom. seen the water splash out a little bit. And there is water in there. It is working. It's latched back. Hit start. And it should start back up where it was. And we'll let it go to a drain. Then we'll put it in position and secure it. So you want to raise the legs on this to meet as high as you can to the bottom of the cabinet. So then you'll see this gap. So if your legs don't go high enough, you might have to put a piece of wood under there to raise that up so that it's close to the bottom of the cabinet as possible. And those legs don't look like they're going to go up too much more. There it is, folks. A little bit of gap on that side, a little bit of gap on that side. Got the valance down the end, and we can finish varnishing that piece of flooring because this one's set back a little bit nicer in the cabinet area. So that's it. That's all you got to do. If you made it this far, I trust that you found some information that was either useful or entertaining. So go ahead and hit the like button. And if you would like notification of future videos that I post, please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your support. You can follow me on other social media apps by looking for @RobertDIY. Some form of that should bring up the other channels that I have on places like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and so forth. If for some reason you need some more personal help, go to my website at robertdiy.com and use the phone number that I have posted there to send me a text message, or you can email me. If you have questions or comments, please make a comment below. And if you'd like to make some kind of financial contribution to what I got going on here, go to my channel and hit the more link at the end of the introduction statement, and it'll show you different ways that you can support me financially. Again, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day.